YOLO, welcome back to XCOM 2 playthrough, the second episode. Our first real mission, because the Gatecrasher mission is not really a real mission. And sad to say, this is the first mission that we take a casualty on. So buckle up and get ready to watch one of the most avoidable deaths in XCOM history. First thing I'm going to want to do is slowly advance, that way I don't trigger too many pods at once. You always want to send out a scout ahead while you have concealment, instead of just blindly rushing forward, because you never know what's around the corner. And the worst thing to happen is with your last guy to end up triggering a pod of aliens, because then that's basically 2 turns for them in a row. Our objective on this mission is to protect a tower relay, because these aliens are trying to suppress the truth radio so that they can spread their lies about their false religion, their Church of the Elders. They have to be stopped. We can't allow them to control the news. Here I'm going to take a shot with my favorite soldier, the sniper chick. And she is an absolute deadeye. Booyah.
Nice.
And now things really begin, because concealment's broken. They're going to take their turn, or their reaction phase, I should say, to move into position. We still have the rest of our squad ready to try and mop up what we can. The best case scenario is we kill them all this turn so that they don't get a chance to attack us. So of course we got to go for the flanking close range shot. And especially in XCOM, when you're at close range, your soldiers actually get a bonus to hit. It increases their likelihood. The aliens do not get this bonus, so that's why you'll see sometimes they stay halfway across the map shooting at you, because it makes no difference to them if they're up in your grill or not. Now that we're at the start of a turn, we can try and advance while staying in relatively good cover in case we end up triggering any pods of aliens. Which comes in handy here as I go for the full cover and end up triggering this pod that's got a sectoid and a trooper. And just look at that sectoid. Completely nude. Disgusting. Advent's false religion with the Church of the Elders has aliens going around nude. That way they can show off their superior alien anatomy, which dwarfs our human anatomy and makes us look pathetic and weak. Even though the truth of the matter is they use human DNA to achieve that look. Just disgusts me. We're gonna have to kill all these alien scum. This sniper girl is the best. I haven't bothered learning any of the soldiers' names for these first 3 episodes, because I bulk recorded and figured I'm not going to get too attached in case anything happens to them. Foreshadowing. But that one's definitely my favorite. And of course the alien runs like a coward, so I'm going to speed up this next little bit here where we're getting into position, because I want to try and focus on the shot. Beautiful shot. Halfway across the map, pulls it off, and gets a critical hit. This is the MVP of the team. No, she is the MVP of all of XCOM. Now we're just going to be moving into position and trying to set up an overwatch trap. That way, if that sectoid moves, we can hopefully kill it on its turn. And I was surprised because I'm not expecting anyone to actually kill him. I'm just expecting them to put some damage on him. But he did enough damage to actually finish him off since that crit happened to it earlier. Alright, this is one of my favorite things in XCOM 2, is when they drop the flare announcing where a new group of enemies is going to be added to the map for reinforcements. Because that gives you a turn, or at least part of a turn, depending on when it happens, to move into position and try and set up an overwatch shot. Or an overwatch trap, I should say. That way you can take overwatch shots with your soldiers once the aliens land. So let's see how this plays out.
Oh.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang!
Wow.
Bang! Well, I don't see so good, so I missed. Then they ran away. I ran after them.
Well, we had one successful hit out of 4 people doing an Overwatch trap. Now, the car exploding was a nice touch, and that actually worked in our favor, but still, 3 out of 4 people failed. That kind of sucked. Alright, in my haste to finish off this one alien this turn before he can do anything, I make a slight tactical error. Right here. It's the grenade. See, awesome, love it, but it set my girl on fire. The sniper girl, of which I'm so fond of. The MVP of our team, if you will. Now, there are 2 ways to get rid of fire. Way number 1 is you walk through water, but there's no water on this map to walk through. And way number 2 is you use the hunker down feature, where you spend an action point to just basically crouch down and pat the fire off and take deep cover. So my intentions were to use the hunker down, take the deep cover, and then save her life. But for some reason, the game decided it didn't want to do that. See, right here, I move into cover. I then go and take the hunker down, but it does not remove her burn. Now we're going to speed up this next part. Now, right here at the start of the turn, she burns after I'd done hunker down. That was my warning. And I immediately go and I hit the hunker down again to try and get rid of it, instead of stopping, taking a minute, and just realizing there was one easy way to avoid that death and save the soldier. I could have called in the Sky Ranger for an evac and then just evacuated that one single soldier who was burning. That would have saved her life. So it was 100% my fault. I was a bad tactical commander. She is dead now because of my incompetence. A very rookie mistake. She will be missed. Now we'll take a moment of silence and remembrance for our bravest hero so far. Thank you for the moment of silence for squad member Galinia Solvonia. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. I would ask the proper way to pronounce it, but she's quite dead at the moment. The least we can do is honor her sacrifice by killing this nudist alien scumbag. It's his fault she's dead. Well, that's what the mission report will say. It is the alien's fault she died, not incompetence from superior officers. Definitely it was the aliens. Had nothing to do with the fact that I made her sit down and burn to death. I'm such a monster. But we won. But at what cost? Even losing one life is too many. But especially if you end up with a death snowball where losing one soldier leads to losing 2, then 3, and next thing you know, half your army is depleted and you can't take on the actual time-sensitive missions. That does kind of suck, too, because snipers, they level up so slowly in this game. Actually, let me know in the comments below which class is your favorite. For me personally, I would have to say the support class is my favorite, followed by the assault class. Then the sniper, and then finally the heavy, which is the rocket grenade guy. He's pretty much my least favorite soldier type. If you watched this far and enjoyed the video, go ahead and drop a like on the video as well. In memory of our fallen soldier who died from alien causes. Because It was definitely not my fault. That's what the mission report will say. Well, that's about it for this episode. I'm just going to speed through this scanning part because it's not really that important. And we're going to end right before the next battle. That way, first thing we get into on the next episode will be another battle. Hopefully with 0 casualties this time. But, as always, I'll catch you on the flip side.